Hello everyone, I'm Nate and welcome to my channel. One of the joys I have on this channel when it comes to reviewing yo-yos is the opportunity to get like a debut look at oftentimes brand new companies or first time yo-yos or just passion projects. And it's an honor whenever people reach out to me and say, hey, I like your content, I like your approach to yo-yo reviews, and I would love for you to take a look at my yo-yo. And so it's very humbling, really, to do that. I'm not saying that there are no other reviewers out there that are focusing on that, but it definitely seems that like my channel focuses more on the boutique side of yo-yo and the sort of passion project, entrepreneurial, that kind of stuff, instead of the somewhat bigger companies, which I like that. And so I appreciate whenever companies reach out to me. But all that to say, we are talking about a company that's pretty new. You might not know of this company. It's called Motion YoYo. And this is their first debut yo-yo. It's not yet released. They do have a website currently. You can go on there and you can check out their Instagram as well. They have pictures of this yo-yo. So you might know of them, you might follow them possibly if you are in the up and up. But this is from Motion YoYos. This is their first debut yo-yo called the Perpetual. So Perpetual Motion. All right, cool, clever branding there. So anyways, let's talk about the Perpetual from Motion YoYos. Let's get into it. First off, this is, let's talk about the construction really quickly. It's a bimetal yo-yo, all right? So it's a C-size bearing, all that kind of standard guts there. But then it's 7068 aluminum with stainless steel rings. These are anodized here on them. Comes in non-blasted, which I have here. So this is kind of a glossy finish. But then it also has, they will also have some blasted ones as well. That you can see on their website. There's like a purple and there's this red. This kind of definitely looks like a Yo-Yo Expert edition. It's not that, but it certainly could fall into that category. I think Andre would approve of this yo-yo, this colorway. It's an H-shaped yo-yo. It's a bimetal, but it's not like crazy wide. It's wide enough, but it's not like ultra wide. The hub design here, it does have a little bit of a dome shape here, but you should be able to finger spin with that. It doesn't have an IRG. I like the cuts in that though, very just aesthetically pleasing. The cuts that aren't necessarily there for like actual benefit other than just to look good. One of the things that you'll see on their website, they have a little bio of their company, and I was reading and I kind of appreciated this, that play is one thing, and sometimes you pick up a yo-yo and it surprises you and you're like, wow, that plays way better than I thought it would, or the specs don't really match with what I thought. Anyways, all that, you know what I'm saying? But there is something about like you get that first look, and sometimes a yo-yo turns you off based on what it looks like. So if it doesn't attract the eye, you probably won't pick it up. And so they really were going for a yo-yo that was going to be attractive visually, but also play really well. And so that's sort of their approach to yo-yo design, which I think is what everyone should be doing, to be honest. I think it's a smart approach because especially as a new company, you want that first yo-yo to kind of just be like, wow, that looks great, right? And I want to try that. I can't wait to see if that plays like it looks. It's a good design, I think, for their first yo-yo. It's bold to go for a bimetal design for their first yo-yo, maybe. I don't know if that's still bold to do in 2022, but they're not the first to do that either. It's interesting. I feel like if you were to go back not that long ago, it seems like companies, when they were first starting out, like a bimetal yo-yo was something that they would eventually get to, right? They would be doing monometals and that kind of thing, and then they'd get to a bimetal, right? Eventually, and then maybe someday they'd get to like a titanium yo-yo or something like that. But It seems like, you know, companies are kind of just starting however they want. I think that's okay. I think that's a good thing. I don't think that necessarily like a mono metal is a stepping stone of design to like a bimetal necessarily. So hey, they went for it and they're starting out with a bimetal yo-yo. I think that's all right. All right, let's go ahead and actually play it, see how it plays on the string. All right, welcome back to the on the string section with the Perpetual from Motion YoYos. I just want to say Perpetual Motion. I feel like those two words were meant to go together, right? That was very intentional, obviously. So I like that. I'm not sure what vision Motion has in mind as far as like naming their yo-yos. I'm trying to think of like what other words to go with Motion, but I like that they went with that. Obviously, it fits the brand of their yo-yo. But Perpetual, that's what we're talking about here. One of the things I noticed immediately after opening the package on this was that, man, this bearing particularly, and it could be just this one, is so quiet. It's like dead quiet. And as far as grade on this is an A grade. It's super smooth. I really, like out of the box, I don't know if they cleaned the bearing possibly before they ship them out. That's always a nice little extra touch possibly, but I don't know. But this bearing particularly, maybe it just happens to be this one, but man, it is as quiet can be. All right, let's talk about the performance of the Perpetual. So as I said in the hand section, this is the glossy version. So it's not gonna grind really at all. Maybe if you're wearing gloves or something like that, but I never do that. But I like the look of that. So, you know, it just kind of just depends on what your preference is as far as like appearance versus playability. But they do have some blasted versions of this. So if you care about that, if you care about grinds and all that, you may not want to gravitate towards this release particularly, but I do like the look of a glossy, unblasted yo-yo. I think it looks good. It looks like candy. All right. It's got a nice weight balance to it. I feel like it's got a little bit of just lighter feeling, not super light, but enough that you're still going to get enough power. The gap design's really nice too with that H shape. Catch is pretty good. Again, it's not a crazy wide yo-yo, like it's wide enough, but on the catch it feels fine. As far as like popping it up for finger spins, I talked about that domed over sort of design of the hub, so that doesn't necessarily like gravitate towards like being a really great finger spin ready yo-yo, but it does the job just fine. It kind of bounces around there and you can still, you know, not pull off crazy long finger spins, but like I just did. But I could have probably pulled off a longer one than that. But you kind of have to get into position a little bit quicker. If I can do it. Hold on. I got this. There we go. Or something. Close enough. But you see what I'm saying? It's not necessarily going to be the yo-yo you would want to go towards to like finger spin, but you can do it. It kind of bounces around that space there and does okay. It does not have an IRG, but I actually didn't have any problems popping that up there. I didn't have to tip it really because there's enough space in there. It just doesn't hook in necessarily, so you can still kind of get your thumb in there if you want to do something like that. It would work for it. As far as like horizontal play, this yo-yo should do pretty well, so let's go ahead and try that. Yeah, it does just fine. It's not going to be amazing, but it's going to do the job. Again, it's that, I feel like it's that, that width. I feel like if it was just ever so slightly wider, it would really be like stellar for all of those. The stability on it's fine. The spin times on it are fine as well. Again, I think this is a really good debut yo-yo where it's going to kind of have a nice balance there. It's going to be more performance focused. And the aesthetics on this are really nice. Again, that's kind of their sort of vision of yo-yo design. But it plays really well, and it plays enough that like it's gonna kind of fit both camps for people that want to push a yo-yo. Maybe I think they do have some sponsored players. I don't know who they are. but I see that on their website, they're like starting to form a team. So like they're taking it serious as a company to actually really try it. So I'm sure that their team's going to gravitate towards this as far as like performance, but then somebody like me who, you know, just kind of enjoys playing a yo-yo for fun also is going to enjoy this yo-yo. So it's, again, I feel like it's a really marketable choice in design and a good debut yo-yo. So I'm not sure, again, what their vision is, if they're going to push out yo-yos that are kind of more in this camp of, or really kind of push more towards, you know, performance, or push more towards more comfort and casual play. I don't know. But I think this was a good start for that. So I am horrible at self-promoting. I'm not one of those guys who on YouTube is like, hey, like and subscribe, pause this right now and make sure you follow me and set up, you know, all this stuff. I don't do that. I mean, I do have like, you know, at the end of my videos, like and subscribe, but like I don't push it. And I probably should more, right? Because that's kind of what's expected almost. I've looked into like Patreon and things like that for this channel, and I'm like, I just don't think that's me right now. And maybe someday it will be. I know it's been successful for some people and not so successful for others. So anyways, I don't know if that's my thing right now, but I did look into another thing that I've seen before and other creators use, and that's Buy Me a Coffee. And so I have a link in the description. It's kind of like a virtual tip jar. Okay, so if you like the content here and you want to support the channel in a monetary way, whatever that looks like for you, you're welcome to do that. I'm not begging you, but anything that comes out of this channel, like even yo-yos I review that I might sell later down the road, I don't sell them to kind of like pay for my mortgage or I don't know, or buy more stuff, but rather to put back into this channel because this is the passion project of it. So even the lens that's, you know, filming currently and the camera and all that, and the mic that I'm using, everything that you see to kind of up the game, so to speak, I put back into the channel. And so anyways, so if you want to contribute, again, this is me self-promoting, which I'm horrible at, like I said, so take it as you will. But anyways, that's it. So you can definitely check that out. There's a link in the description. All right, that's gonna do it for now. Again, this was the Perpetual from Motion YoYos. Until the next one, later.